Whimsical Grandmacore Cottage decor ideas. Repurpose vintage and rustic finds for ultimate cozy charm. Welcome to this cozy guide on transforming your space into a whimsical grandmacore haven. Today we'll explore how to repurpose vintage treasures, add rustic details, and layer textures to create an inviting cottage atmosphere you'll never want to leave. We'll start with simple sourcing tips and build toward complete styling ideas. In this tutorial, every step is designed to be budget-friendly and adaptable to any home size. Whether you live in an apartment or a farmhouse, you'll find inspiration to create warmth using what you already have or inexpensive thrift finds. Let's dive into the first step toward building your perfect cozy retreat. Welcome to Whimsical Grandmacore Cottage decor. Begin by envisioning your ideal cozy corner. A soft armchair by a window, layered with floral quilts and framed by lace curtains. This sets the tone for your project and helps guide every decor choice you'll make as you curate vintage pieces. Picture comfort as your main goal. Write down 3 key elements you want. Perhaps warm lighting, natural textures, and floral patterns. These become your anchor points when shopping or arranging items. Revisit them often to ensure your decor feels cohesive and authentically grandmacore. Start a mood board with clippings or Pinterest saves to visualize your palette and textures clearly. What is Whimsical Grandmacore decor? Whimsical Grandmacore blends nostalgic vintage charm with playful cottage accents. It focuses on soft florals, crochet, lace, and natural wood textures arranged for a cozy lived-in look. Imagine heirloom tea sets paired with rustic baskets to set the mood. The key is mixing delicate patterns with sturdy rustic pieces, floral curtains, quilted throws, and wooden shelves. This style celebrates imperfection and storytelling, making every corner feel personal. It's about nostalgia meeting comfort. Think Grandma's house meets fairy tale cottage, cozy, cluttered with intention, and full of character. Why choose rustic and repurposed style? Decor keeps costs low and adds unique character you can't buy new. Old ladders, crates, and jars gain new life as storage or display pieces. Rustic details bring warmth and authenticity into modern spaces. Choosing rustic pieces reduces waste and preserves history while offering durability. A weathered chair or worn cutting board instantly adds story and charm to your room. Embrace imperfections, they're part of the beauty. Look for sturdy construction. Older pieces often outlast modern mass-produced furniture. Where to source vintage treasures. Start by exploring thrift stores, flea markets, and estate sales in your area. These places often hide affordable gems like teacups, doilies, or vintage mirrors perfect for grandmacore charm. Visit often, inventory changes weekly. Keep a list of needed items and bring cash for easier bargaining. Check condition carefully. Minor wear is fine, but avoid major damage unless you plan to restore it. Small flaws can add rustic appeal. Morning visits yield the best finds. Later visits may offer better discounts. Thrift stores and flea market secrets. Learn store restock days to get first pick of vintage finds. Build relationships with vendors. They'll often save items matching your style preferences. Be patient and persistent. Treasures take time to uncover. Scan every aisle and dig through bins. Small items like lace, buttons, or frames often hide in unexpected places. Check outdoor sections for larger rustic furniture pieces at lower prices. Hunt creatively, not just literally. Bring measuring tape and photos of your space to ensure perfect fits and cohesive design. Hidden gems in your attic or garage. Before shopping, explore your attic, basement, or garage for forgotten items. Old suitcases, mason jars, and wood crates often hide there, waiting to be transformed into decor pieces. Clean and repurpose them creatively. Ask relatives if they have old linens, frames, or china they no longer use. Sentimental items add personal history and deeper connection to your decor. Combine these with thrifted finds for extra character. Family pieces often spark conversation and become meaningful focal points in your home. Key materials for grandmacore charm. Focus on 3 main textures: wood, fabric, and metal accents. Wooden shelves or cutting boards create warmth, while lace and crochet add softness and vintage detail. Brass handles or knobs complete the cottage feel. Mix materials intentionally: wood for structure, fabric for coziness, and metal for contrast. This layered approach avoids monotony and feels authentically collected over time. Imperfect finishes enhance the style's warmth. Hunt for small metal details like vintage hinges or drawer pulls to elevate plain wood pieces. Mix and match: florals, lace, and wood. Pair floral fabrics with lace runners on rustic wood tables for visual balance. The key is combining soft and sturdy textures so neither overwhelms the other. Start with one dominant pattern and add supporting accents gradually. Limit your palette to muted pastels and neutrals to avoid clashing. Layer textures in threes: a wooden surface, lace element, and floral accent for harmony. Adjust scale: small lace on large wood, big florals on smaller pieces. Use one repeated floral pattern to tie the entire room together subtly. Repurpose ladders into blanket racks. Lean an old wooden ladder against a wall and drape quilts or throws over its rungs. Sand lightly to remove splinters but keep weathered character intact for charm. This instantly adds vertical storage and display space. Paint the ladder in soft pastels or leave natural for rustic contrast. Adjust placement near seating areas or bedrooms to combine function and decor. Add fairy lights for cozy nighttime glow. Use vintage ladders with uneven wear. They highlight the collected over time aesthetic. DIY mason jar vases and candle holders. Clean old mason jars thoroughly, then wrap with lace or twine for decoration. Fill with fresh or dried flowers for vases, or insert tea lights for candle holders. They're affordable and endlessly customizable. Try tinting jars with food coloring and glue mixture for a subtle pastel hue. Group multiple jars together for a centerpiece or scatter individually across shelves. Use seasonal flowers for year-round freshness. Add scented tea lights for instant atmosphere and cozy fragrance. Turn wooden crates into rustic shelves. Stack wooden crates horizontally to create modular shelving for books or decor. Secure with screws for stability, and sand edges lightly while keeping rustic charm. Perfect for entryways or cozy corners. Stain or paint crates in muted tones to match your palette. Mix vertical and horizontal stacks for visual interest and functional storage solutions. Add baskets for hidden storage inside crates. Mount single crates on walls as floating shelves for flexible decor options. Refresh old frames with pastel paint. Choose worn wooden or metal frames from thrift shops and clean them thoroughly. Apply chalk or pastel paint in soft pinks, blues, or greens for cottage appeal. Lightly sand edges for a distressed look. Use refreshed frames to display botanical prints, family recipes, or vintage postcards. Group frames of various sizes for a charming gallery wall effect. Balance color tones for cohesion. Mix painted frames with unpainted ones to avoid overly uniform styling. Layer fabrics for cozy textures. Start with a base fabric like gingham or solid linen, then layer crocheted throws and quilts on top. The goal is comfort through visual and tactile richness without cluttering the space. Aim for 3 layers maximum per area. Rotate fabrics seasonally, lightweight cottons in summer, heavier knits in winter. This keeps decor fresh and adaptable while maintaining the grandmacore aesthetic. Neutral backdrops make swaps easy. Mix patterns subtly. One bold floral with smaller supporting textures creates harmony. Combine crochet, gingham, and quilts. Blend crochet blankets, gingham tablecloths, and patchwork quilts for depth and nostalgia. Keep colors muted for harmony, letting textures do most of the talking in the design. Arrange casually for a lived-in feel. Place gingham as your anchor pattern, layer quilts for warmth, and accent with crochet on smaller items. This layering invites touch and visual comfort in any room. Rotate placements for seasonal freshness. Use similar color undertones across patterns to keep mixed textiles looking cohesive. Set the mood with soft, warm lighting. Use low-watt bulbs, soft lampshades, and warm string lights to create gentle ambience. Position lights near reading chairs or tabletops for cozy, focused glow. Avoid harsh overhead lights for a more intimate atmosphere. Mix candles with warm LED lights to balance safety and charm. Layer lighting sources, floor lamps, fairy lights, and table lamps for visual depth. Dimmer switches add flexibility for mood changes. Place light sources at multiple heights to create a soft, layered glow. Fairy lights, candles, and oil lamps. Drape fairy lights along mantles, shelves, or headboards for magical sparkle. Pair with candles in mason jars or vintage oil lamps for rustic elegance. Keep arrangements simple to highlight their warmth. Use unscented candles in dining areas to avoid overpowering food aromas. Oil lamps add antique authenticity and work during power outages, doubling as decor and function. Rotate placements for variety. Combine warm white fairy lights with beeswax candles for cozy golden hues. Bring nature indoors, flowers and herbs. Gather wildflowers or homegrown herbs and display them in jars or rustic pitchers. Fresh greenery instantly softens wood-heavy spaces and adds fragrance. Place small bundles on windowsills or shelves. Rotate flowers weekly and dry herbs upside down for future use in decor or cooking. Seasonal blooms keep spaces lively year-round and reduce costs. Mix with vintage vases for added charm. Combine fragrant herbs like lavender or rosemary with florals for beauty and aroma. Press flower frames for wall art. Collect fresh blooms, press them between heavy books, and frame them in glass panels. Pressed flowers preserve seasonal beauty while adding delicate artwork to walls. Choose muted backgrounds to highlight colors. Arrange flowers by color or shape for a balanced composition. Vintage frames enhance the handmade charm and tie into Grandmacore aesthetics effortlessly. Group multiple frames for gallery walls. Use silica gel for faster pressing and better color retention in your floral art. Dried herbs in the kitchen for charm. Hang bundles of dried rosemary, thyme, and lavender above counters or stoves. These not only decorate but provide easy access for cooking and teas. Use twine or simple hooks for a rustic look. Rotate herbs seasonally and replace faded bundles to keep visuals fresh. Combine with vintage spice jars for additional display charm. Keep away from high heat to preserve color and aroma. Use labeled tags for both style and functionality, a touch of whimsy and organization. Add personality with heirlooms. Family heirlooms like teacups, clocks, or embroidered linens into daily decor. These items add layers of meaning and a unique backstory to your cottage space. Display prominently for storytelling moments. Mix heirlooms with newer thrift finds to balance old and new energy. Protect fragile items behind glass or on higher shelves but keep them visible. Rotate pieces seasonally for variety. Share the story behind each heirloom. It adds personal warmth guests will appreciate. Use family photos and old recipe cards. Scan and print vintage family photos in sepia tones for consistent color. Frame recipe cards from relatives as nostalgic wall art in kitchens or dining rooms. Display in clusters for impact. Combine photos and recipes in shadow boxes for a layered display. Include handwritten notes or small mementos like buttons or lace scraps. This creates personalized memory walls. Mix different frame sizes for visual rhythm, but keep frame tones similar for cohesion. Cozy corners with nostalgic details. Choose a corner for reading or tea and furnish with a soft chair, quilt, and side table. Add vintage lamps, crochet pillows, and a basket for books to create instant comfort. Keep clutter minimal but personal. Hang small decor items like framed florals or old postcards above the nook. Layer textiles for warmth and tactile interest in every season. Place near a window for natural light and charm. Use soft rugs underfoot to anchor the space and make it extra inviting. Affordable ways to transform any room. Focus on small changes. Thrifted textiles, repurposed jars, and second-hand frames. Paint existing furniture pastel shades instead of buying new pieces for instant impact. Layer vintage accents gradually. Swap seasonal decor, dried flowers in summer, cozy knits in winter, to refresh on a budget. Focus on high visibility spots like mantels and entryways first for maximum effect. Build slowly and intentionally. Repurpose items you already own before shopping. Creativity saves money and adds personality. Final whimsical cottage reveal. Showcase your transformed space with a walkthrough. Highlight cozy corners, vintage accents, and layered textures. Use soft background music and slow pans for a cinematic reveal. End with a wide shot for full effect. Include before and after comparisons to inspire viewers and show achievable transformation. Encourage personal adaptation. Every cottage should reflect its owner's story. Celebrate imperfections as part of the charm. Film at golden hour to enhance warmth and highlight textures naturally. Subscribe for more Cottagecore. Love these cozy Grandmacore cottage ideas? Make sure to subscribe and join our community for even more rustic DIYs, thrift flips, and seasonal cottagecore decor tutorials coming soon. We've got budget-friendly projects and cozy styling tips you won't want to miss. If this video inspired you, like, comment, and share your own cozy creations in the comments below. We love seeing your transformations and building a space where creativity and nostalgia come together. Thanks so much for watching and being part of this Cottagecore family.